Have you ever wondered? Why did we spend over a decade in school, learning algebra, memorizing poems, studying wars? But never once learned how to pay taxes, buy a house, invest money, or even understand what inflation means? Why didn't anyone teach us that debt can either destroy you or make you rich? Why do schools teach you to get a job, but never how to create one? They teach you to work for money, not how money works. Today, we're going to talk about why the education system was never designed to make you financially free, and how understanding this truth could completely change your life. To understand the scam, we have to go back to the beginning. The modern education system was created over 200 years ago, during the Industrial Revolution. Factories needed workers, not thinkers, not entrepreneurs, just obedient employees who could follow orders. So schools were designed like factories. Bells that tell you when to start and stop. Rows of desks that look like production lines. One authority figure, the teacher, telling you what to do and when to do it. It wasn't about creativity or independence. It was about discipline and repetition. The system's goal? To produce a predictable workforce that could keep the economic machine running. The system doesn't want you rich, it wants you reliable. Now think about it. If everyone understood how money actually works. If every student knew how banks profit, how interest compounds, and how inflation steals your savings. Would people still be willing to trade 40 years of their life for a paycheck? Probably not. Teaching financial independence would destroy the foundation of the traditional economy. Because economies thrive when the majority work for the few who understand money. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, said, "The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich make money work for them." And that's exactly what schools don't teach, the mindset of money. You learn geometry, but not how to file taxes. You wrote essays, but never wrote a business plan. You studied supply and demand, but no one explained how to create demand for your own skills. You were never meant to be financially educated, you were meant to be financially dependent. Let's look at history. Henry Ford, yes, the man who built the automobile empire, once said something chilling. "It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system. For if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning." That tells you everything. The powerful have always known. Control the education, control the thinking. Control the thinking, control the money. That's why schools never teach how money is created. That banks literally create it out of debt. They never explain that inflation is a hidden tax on your savings. Or that the government prints money out of thin air, reducing the value of everything you earn. If you understood money, you'd stop playing their game. Remember what they told you in school? Get good grades. Go to college. Get a stable job. That's the formula for a safe life, right? But look around. Some of the smartest students now work for people who dropped out. Why? Because school rewards obedience, not creativity. It rewards memorization, not imagination. It punishes mistakes, but mistakes are the foundation of success. We were trained to fear failure. While every successful entrepreneur, from Steve Jobs to Elon Musk, used failure as a teacher. School teaches you to pass tests, life tests if you can learn without school. Here's the truth they don't put in textbooks. You're already being taught about money, just not directly. The hidden curriculum teaches you how to behave around money. When you're told, money doesn't grow on trees, you learn scarcity. When your parents say, we can't afford that, you learn limitation. When society says rich people are greedy, you learn shame. By the time you graduate, you're programmed to feel guilt around wealth. To believe that success is only for the lucky ones. And so, most people never question the system, they just follow the path. You can't escape a system you don't realize you're trapped in. So how do you escape? First, unlearn what school taught you about money. Money isn't evil. Money is a tool, it simply amplifies who you are. If you're kind, it helps you help more people. If you're greedy, it exposes you. Second, start learning real financial literacy. Understand assets versus liabilities. Learn how to make your money earn money. Study how inflation, taxes, and credit actually work. And third, build multiple streams of income. Don't depend on one paycheck. Start something small, online, creative, or service-based. The internet is the new classroom, and it's free. The richest people on earth aren't smarter, they're just financially educated. Let's be honest, schools aren't evil. Teachers are doing their best inside a broken system. But the system itself? It was never designed for financial freedom. It was built for control. The truth is, education should set you free, not make you a worker in someone else's dream. So the real education begins the day you decide to learn what schools won't teach you. Learn how money works. Learn how to build, create, and multiply, not just survive. Because once you understand the game, you'll never play by their rules again. The school taught you how to earn a living, now it's time to learn how to create a life.